I decided to put the Twin Tower Trade Center buildings up here and the Pentagon. This is the part of Daniel. This is Habakkuk and Daniel connecting each part together. And this is the part that connects Haiti, because next to hurricane and all of these other parts together as one Bible, as the same Bible prophecy. You can't see this because you don't have the wisdom of God telling you this is that. But I try to simplify it and make it in a small. This would be the Pentagon that I try to draw. This would be the symbol of the two Twin Tower Trade Center buildings. As the horns that in Afghanistan, which was the first war spoken of in Bible prophecy, uh, he would represent this ram having two horns with one long one and one short. The he goat, which was spoken of in Daniel chapter 8, with this notable horn where no feet touching the ground, he would represent these B-52 bombers that flew non-stop from the United States of America out of St. Louis, there, I believe it was, and they went in and pounded Afghanistan with these bombs up here. Because I know that God spoke to me and he showed me these things because he gave me the revelation in the meaning. Jesus had spoke to his disciples and all of them in St. John, said St. John chapter 16, when he, the Spirit of truth, come, he will show you all things. He will not speak of himself, but what he said here, this was what he would speak. He told you there was going to be a man come. Now, they couldn't understand this at then because there was no B-52 bombers in there. There was no skyscrapers. There was no Pentagon. And he said in that prophecy that the he-goat will come out of the west with no feet touching the ground, and the United States is the only superpower in the west. This alone will tell you this. This alone. Now, what these Twin Tower building was a World Trade Center. The same thing, it had the same side effect as a hurricane. It had the same effect as a earthquake. But we don't consider these things because we only care about ourselves. How do they apply the same? We see the Hurricane Katrina. As it came in and devastated New Orleans, the peoples there had no clear water because it was polluted. They had no food because the food that was open was not in cans, it was polluted. So the only thing they could do is go to the shelves of the stores that had been overflowed with water because they was hungry out of a desperate mood. Not that they was criminals. They had to do what any normal beast that use a fuel food would do. He would take and at his last resort go into these stores and break in these stores where he know food was and get him his supply of what he need to help survive these days. But a lot of them perished. A lot of them starved to death and turned the range. Okay, let's go there. Back to this Hades. Hades, who was a poor country all in the beginning, no one had hoped in people to overcome their poverty. But they used him because as a sponge, as a blood sucker, to suck their blood before they could eat of their own fruit, it'd be shipped away and shipped over to America and other nations. So when it be shipped away and they get a little for what they give, then everybody living wastefully of the blood of those people. So they remained in poverty. And they were like fishes of the sea, didn't have a leader over them. Because when I looked the other day and I saw the peoples of America, the Gentiles over there, crawling out under some of the rubble, I said, what is they done under there? What is they even done over there? If these peoples was a sovereign nation, a government of their own, then they should have been able to set up a government where they could protect and rule their people, where they could have pride and dignity. But they was living so poor until other nations and other peoples had to come in and help them because they had made their faith, created their faith in a man that bled and died just the way they were. Had to. Why I say this? They have no food, they have no water. But just think what the significance of these here World Trade Organization was about. We see now the people walking in Haiti with machetes. See what I'm talking about? But when the World Trade Organization, the rich people, take control of the world, who is out of Gentile, to cause people to serve them and not their own God, and so God will bless them, then when they put a sanction on these nations and cause these nations that they can't buy and sell their good unless they give an approval, then to punish them when you have a hate crime and when you have a black and white chemical makeup of this earth, and the black man have been discriminated against more, that racist and racism is going to come out. The peoples of color is going to be placed on sanction more than the other peoples. And when you place them on sanction, that they can't feed their people because they cannot trade with world communities for certain things they might have to have, it becomes the same, have the same side effects, or same effects as that hurricane or that earthquake. You have people starving and dying because they can't buy and sell their goods. Now, just like those people the other day picked up some swords and went among trying to go and get something, food, said we don't have nothing because they serve the wrong God. When these peoples refuse to honor the law of democracy above the law God gave them, and they place sanction on them, these people there will starve the same way them people is under that earthquake. And when they do, this will cause a work of provocation, and that's when they go and attack the one that caused this. This same thing God's showing us right now. It's a miracle. God is speaking to us right now. Somebody said it ain't so. These are the ones who obeyed them, and God brought devastation to them, and at the end they had to pick up a sword anyway and go among the neighborhood to try to take some from their own over there in Hades. I saw the man crawl out under that rubber that God had pinned him under there so we can see it. They didn't show these things to us on the news because they don't want us to see it. But when God caused an earthquake to come and he pinned him on that rubber like he do everybody else when he put that camera down there, we got to see him too when he come out. But at the time when he was over there, we didn't see who was over there ruling that place. Haiti is not ruling Haiti because the United States government have taken over the airport there because they in a predicament. Well, let me go to Habakkuk and finish this out if I can, and then I'll come back. Habakkuk speaks concerning this matter. He speaks concerning this man, how he did this. And I left off the other day, but I'm going to start today in the next segment here as I get ready to record. I'm starting on chapter 2 of Habakkuk because I got to transcend it in to where it knocked down the trade center building. Because I got to show you the mindset where this man was putting pressure on these people. What I just got through telling you, that he caused these people to starve. He take their resources and he created a World Trade Organization, and everybody else have to abide by this. And this man is not even in the book of life. He's not a godly man. He refused God. And when he do plays Satan, he trying to turn